Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel. If you are interested in seeing another one sheet wonder using one double-sided 12x12 paper, I have another project here to share with you as well as a tutorial. It's another easy project for you to make. Use your 12x12 paper pads, and I think this would be a great project to make, and you can use it as a gift set to give to somebody, as a Happy Mail ID, or just for yourself. It's also great for a craft fair if you're doing some craft fairs, or also a teacher's gift as well. And so what I made is it's 3 pieces, and you can also make an altered paperclip as well if you wanted to make one of those with the extra scrap pieces that come with it. But I've called it a floating pocket with a notebook cover as well as an envelope. So it's just a great stationery pack, and I got the idea from one of my pockets that I had made not too long ago in a video, which is a simple pocket using a 4x6 paper, and you can make 6 of these with one 12x12 paper pad. So this was the pocket that I made, and it just has a side opening just for some bits and pieces that you want to add, and it's a great extra little floating pocket in any of your planners or into your journals. It's just a great little pocket. And so what I decided to do was extend this pocket and make extra pockets using the 12x12 paper. And so I'm going to show you how that turned out, and also other ways you could alter the floating pocket to in other ways if you don't want to make it this way. So I'll show you this one first. Oh, before I show you, I have a lot of you always wanting to know what papers I use when I share with you the project. So the papers for these projects, I think this one's included as well. It's die cuts with a view, Pefectly Splendid double-sided 12x12 paper. And I love their papers because their paperweight it's sort of medium to heavyweight paper, so these are great for making journal covers or more sturdier projects. And they're just lovely papers. So this is the paper pad that I use, and I'm also going to use the same paper from the collection for the tutorial as well. But let me show you how it looks like, and then we'll go and do the tutorial. So I've created a closure here with a Velcro dot. That way nothing will sort of slip out of the side, and just to decorate the floating pocket as well. And I just wanted to use the scraps that we're going to cut out, because I don't like to waste any of the papers if I can. So it opens up this way, and there is a front pocket here, and I've just added a cut apart from that 12x12 paper pad. And there is this pocket here, and then at the back is another top pocket, and it comes with the coordinating envelope, which I'm going to show you how to make this as well. And you could add a letter in here, some tags, any of your bits and pieces that you want to add in here, and that will fit perfectly in this pocket. And at the back is the side tuck pocket, which resembles this sort of a pocket. And that is the back pocket, so you can see it looks similar but just taller and wider. And then there is the coordinating notebook cover, and then I added one of my tea stain papers to create the pages inside the notebook. And you don't need to do any stitching to add your pages. You can just use your stapler like I have here, and just staple the pages into your notebook. And with this one, I did create a file tab shape on the cover, which is what I like to do. I think that's just a nice way to decorate your notebook, and also you can document or label what the notebook is. If you want to use it as a daily journal or a weekly journal, you can date it or add a title. And I just punched a hole up here just to add a little dangle to decorate the file tab on the side. And just a great little coordinating gift set or a stationery set. So these are the 3 projects we're going to make with one 12x12. Amazing what you can make with one piece of 12x12 paper. To think you can make something like this. So that is the first one, and this is the other one I made. So this one here is slightly different, which I'll show you. This one here I did add an altered coordinating paper clip with the little pieces of scrap pieces that you cut out. Also has the same Velcro closure. Now with this one here, this also has that side pocket, and this one has one as well, but it's a little bit shorter than this height because I wanted to see the thumb notch part here for the pocket, and I just wanted to make this a little bit shorter so that you can see a bit more of the pattern, whereas this one here is just the same height as the side pocket. So there is the two difference, and I'll show you the two ways if you wanted to make it either way. So I'll show you how to do that as well. This also has that coordinating envelope and the notebook cover with my tea stain papers inside. And with the notebook, with your pages, you can do whatever you like to add inside your cover. I think there is no rule as to how you add your papers or however you want to do it. You just do it to however you like. I guess the main thing is that it stays intact in the cover. That's pretty much, I think, the most kind of important part of your pages. And other than that, you can do whatever you want, add whatever you like, make them stick out like I have here. You can make them shorter. Really, there is no rule. Just have fun with it, and that is the purpose of paper crafting. Have fun with your papers, and don't be afraid to mix and match your papers to whatever you like, and you know, you'd be surprised. Sometimes it turns out better than you think. So that's just my thought on making your journals or junk journals. I think there is no rules. You can keep adding trims to this. You can collage your papers. It really is up to you, however you like to do it. So that is the other one. Let me just put all this back. And I just think it makes a great gift set as well. If someone does journaling, or you want to just gift it to somebody that does just as a little gift, or you can make this if you're in a craft fair. So I'm just going to add that to the side there, but you can place your one wherever you like if you wanted to make one of those. So let's go ahead and we're going to make this. I'll just put these away. And all you need is one 12 by 12 paper, and I did use double-sided only because I like to see the two different patterns. But you can use single-sided 12 by 12 paper. It only means that you will see this part here and this part will be white, and as well as your journal. So if that's all right with you, then you can go ahead and grab your single-sided paper. And I'm just going to grab my paper and trimmer. Alright, so let's see. So this is my 12 by 12 paper, which is from that same paper collection. We're going to cut it in half. So we're going to cut it at 6 inches. And what the great thing about this project, you can use directional paper as well. So you can use paper that has one direction going on your pattern. So I'm going to cut this in half at 6 inches. So you'll have one piece at 6 inches by 12 inches. We're going to grab the other piece and turn this around, and we're going to cut that in half again. So you'll have two pieces at 6 by 6 inches. So these are the two pieces. And what we'll do first, we'll make the floating pocket first. That way we can have it ready when we want to add, when we insert the envelope and journal notebook. All right, so we're going to line this on the 12-inch side. We are going to score at 1 3/4 of an inch. So 1 3/4 inches. 5 inches. 8¼ of an inch, and then we're going to turn it around clockwise. And just also before you do that, just check your pattern that it is facing the right way. So when you want to make sure your pattern's facing the right way, we're going to turn this around this way, and we are going to, on the 6-inch side, we're going to score at the 4-inch mark, and you're going to score and go through the first score line, then through to this, and then stop at that second score line. So we'll go at the 4-inch mark, we're going to go through that first score line, and we're going to stop at that second one to there. And we're going to do another score line at 5¼ inches, and we're going to do the same. We're going to go through that first score line, through the second score line, and stop at that last score line down here. So I'm going to go and score that at 5¼ inches, go through that first score line, through the second one, and we're going to go all the way and stop at that last score line. So we have your score lines looking like this. And what shall we do? Let's just do this. We'll put this scoreboard to the side for now so we can work on this first. What we're going to do here, we are going to remove these 4 pieces. So we're going to cut along that score line and go up. That way it will remove those pieces. Now keep this piece to the side because we're going to use that later on. And next we're going to remove this little piece here by cutting across that score line and going up to there. And you can also put this piece to the side as well. So now this is the way your paper should look. And let's assemble the pocket. So on this column, we're going to fold this towards you. And just really press down on that fold line. And then we're going to fold along that score line back. And we'll bring this piece forward. Just like an accordion fold. So that was just nice and simple to put together. So that's that part. And what we'll do next, I'll just show you before we glue everything together. I'll just show you this one here. So this front pocket is this one here. As you can see, it's the same. If you want to bring it down a little bit like I have, I'll do that now so that you can see how to do that. But if you're happy to leave it this way, you're going to corner around this piece, which I can do that now. So we're going to corner around this part. We're going to corner around this middle one, and then the last piece at the back. You don't have to corner around them. I just think it makes it look more neater and just decorates the pocket. And then you can leave that for now. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this piece to this height for those that may want to have it shorter before I assemble it. And what you're going to do there, I'm just going to bring the scoreboard back out. We're just going to open this up. And we're going to just line that along that 4-inch mark, and you're going to score at 3¼ inches and stop at that first score line. So I'm just going to score that and stop at that first score line. And we're going to remove this piece. And I'm going to bring this back, and that will look like that. You can then create a thumb notch here if you like, and then that will give you that thumb notch with your circle punch. So I'm just going to leave it this way now since I've already cut it, and then I'll also finish that off and corner around that piece. It's coming together now. What we can do now, we're going to glue everything together down, and then your floating pocket is pretty much done at this point once we glue it all. So what we'll do, we're going to open this piece up. I'm going to glue down here, and then we'll seal that up, and that will now give you that little pocket in the front. Opening this up now, and we are going to glue along the edge here, and just try and keep it a thin beading of glue along the edge here. Try not to put too much, because you don't want to lose a lot of space for the width, because if you do, then you may not be able to fit your envelope in this pocket. So just try to keep it nice and thin along the edge. And then we're going to close that up. Actually, I should punch the thumb notch here just so you can see. I should have done that first. Let me just do that. Okay, that wasn't too loud. All right, so I'll close that up now and seal that bottom piece, and now that should give us your side pocket glued in, and that will give us this top pocket now once your glue dries. We'll open this up now, and then we can just add some glue down to the bottom, and that will finish off our floating pocket. It already looks really pretty, and then you can decorate it. So wanted to also give you another idea with this one. If you want to change this up, you could have this piece, I'm just going to unglue that. You can have this piece facing the back, so then you'll have a pocket in the front and that pocket at the back, and then you can have a secret back pocket here as well by gluing it along the bottom here, and then you'll have a pocket here at the back. So you could do that if you wanted to not have it in the front. You could also have this as just a little flip page, and then you can use this as somewhere to journal or add a photo here, and then also you can use this to document this side. So you can use this as a flip page if you wanted to do that. So that's the other great thing with that. And then with these this little piece here that you cut out, you could even add that to the front here and add another little tuck pocket here if you wanted to add another little cute tuck pocket, and then just trim off the edge here if you want, or you could just decorate this part. Let me see, am I going to use this? Let's see, I might. So you can actually do that. Let me add that on here just because I feel like it. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go like this. It just come to my mind, so I thought let's just do this. I'm going to do that. It just makes it more interactive. Might have some little cute little tags or little ephemera pieces you want to add. So I'm just going to do that and add that onto there that way. So I'm going to glue a little bit here, and then just on the bottom, just stopping a little bit only because that banner piece is sticking out. So now I can glue that down. And that'll just give me another little tuck pocket. And I could just pop that in there for now just so you could see. Actually, what I might do, I might add a little bit of glue to the back here just so that it keeps it nice and snug. So just going to glue here a little bit. That'll give me that little pocket now. So you could do that and not waste it. Okay, so now we've done the floating pocket. Let's move on to the envelope. I'll make the envelope. And that's one of the 6x6 paper. And with this envelope, with the measurements that I'm going to show you that I've made, you can make 4 of these from 1 12x12 paper as well. So you can also make a pack of 4 envelope set as a gift idea as well to give to somebody. So that's just another great way to use your 12x12 paper. But I'm going to just show you how to make one. Now, if you have directional paper, when you make your envelope, one side is going to be upside down. So as you can see, this is a directional pattern. So I made this one going the right direction at the opening part of the envelope, but at the back you can see it's upside down. So you just decide which way you want your envelope to be the right direction, whether you want your pattern on this side with the right direction. That will then mean this side will be upside down, but it really doesn't matter really. So you just decide how you would like it. So what we're going to do first, I think this is a directional pattern. So I'm going to go this way just so you can see. So I think this is sort of going this direction. We're going to score both sides at 1/2 inch. So we're going to go 1/2 inch on one side. I'm just going to turn it around this way and go 1/2 inch on the other side. And now with the paper, if it is directional, you want your paper going facing to the right, or anyway, really. I'm just going to, you know what? Yeah, let's just go that way. So if you're going to go this way, let me just show you. So when you close your envelope, that's your closure going that way. And then that pattern will be that way. But if you're going to have your closure that way, that's going to be the right way, but that'll be upside down. So really, you just sort of decide where you want it. All right, so we've scored those 2 score lines. Now we're going to turn it around the other way. We're going to score at 2 inches and 4. I've just forgotten my measurement. I think it was 4 3/4. All right, so I'll just repeat that again. So on one side is 1/2 inch on both sides. Then you're going to turn it around, and then you're going to score it at 2 inches and 4 3/4 inch. And in this case, we're going to remove these 4 corners. So let's go and cut that out. So I'm just going to cut up to that score line and remove that. Remove the next piece, if I can see the score line. Moving along to the next one, and then the last one at the bottom here. And then I'm going to keep these because I'm going to make the altered paper clip with these little pieces. Alright, so now we have your paper all cut out. I'm just going to fold these 2 pieces in for now. So we could corner around these 2 ends. I'm just going to corner around all 4 corners. So the shorter part will be the closure, and the more deeper fold is the bottom of the envelope. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to bring these 2 pieces in, and we'll also now go ahead and corner around these 4 corners. Everything back up, and then we can glue this down, and this will complete your envelope. And this is great if you don't have a die. You actually can make this without the scoreboard as well, you know, that you don't have to use a scoreboard if you don't have one. And now I'm just going to open this up and glue these two sides down, which is the bottom part of the envelope. Seal that off. So we have that all complete. So now your envelope is done, and that should fit in here. And that was the reason why I had mentioned to just add a little bit of glue to the edge of that pocket. Otherwise you won't be able to get your envelope in there if you have too much glue. But if it doesn't fit, you can always put it at the back there, so it doesn't really matter. If it doesn't fit there when you glue your pocket, pop it in the back there, that's fine. And now we're going to make the notebook cover, and I'll also add some pages in here so you can see how I put it together. And this is the other piece of the 6x6. If you don't want to add the file tab shape like I have here, you can just go ahead and just fold this in half, corner around your corners, and then you've got yourself a notebook cover all ready to then add your pages. And so that's just pretty straightforward, just folding that in half. But I'm going to add the file tab to my one, and to do that, just like most of my other file tab journal covers, you're just going to go in about ½ an inch. We're going to go in at ½ an inch, and we're going to cut about halfway up. So I'm going to just go in and cut ½ an inch in and stop about halfway, and then just going to go down and cut that until you get to the part that we stopped at the cutting point. We're going to corner around these two corners, and I'm just going to use a scoreboard to make a score line. But if you just want to simply fold this over, you can just fold it over, and I left mine a little bit away from the edge here just so you can see the pattern, and then you can then just fold it down just quite easily like that. But I'm going to use a scoreboard because I want a nice fold. So I'm just going to bring this back in, and I've just forgotten what score line I used. So with the score line, I'm going to score it's the little green mark, or just a little bit past the, just a bit over the 2.5 inch mark. There's a little green mark on your scoreboard if you're using this one. So I'm just going to go in at 2 and 5/8 of an inch. 2 and 5/8 of an inch in, and then we can fold that over. So there it leaves me with a nice, I can see the pattern of the back part. Just going to press this down. So there is your notebook cover ready for you to add your pages and whatever you like. And then I just used a stapler that has this one has a nice depth going in, which is just a bit over 3 inches, which will allow me to be able to staple where the fold line is. You can see I've still got room. And if you are in Australia, this is a stapler I purchased at Officeworks. It's a J. Burroughs stapler. So I think it was like $5, I think, for one of these. So it's a great stapler. And I have here an A4 size tea stain paper that I have. These are my not so pretty ones that I wasn't happy about, so I'm just going to use this one for the tutorial. So it's an A4 paper, and I just fold this in half, because it's actually a perfect height for a 6-inch size journal, because it still stays sort of inside the cover. And then I'm just going to, because I have a ruler here, I'm just going to, I'll just tear it. So I have 2 pieces now, and then I'm just going to grab one. I'm just going to line it a little bit, not in line with the edge here, just a little bit in. And then I'm just going to just fold it, just to give me a guide as to where I need to make the fold. So fold that over. And then this part here, I'm just going to fold this over as well, but just a little bit away from where I made that fold. Just a little bit away. So that will be my first page. And this is where I'm going to create this stapled bit to attach to that paper, to the cover. Do the same with the next piece. I'm just going to, I just eyeball it. I'm not even going to make an accurate fold. I don't mind if my edges don't line up on my pages. So now I have these 2 pieces folded in. This one I'm going to turn that way. So now I've got them both, these flaps on the outside. Then I'm just going to bring it across and line up the 2 fold lines, close it up, and that's going to go in there. So I'll open it up. I've got this extended page where I can write, and then I have the next page here, and then this also extends out where I can write there, and then I've got these 2 pages and then another piece. And I can keep adding more and more if I want to, but just for this tutorial, I'll just keep it with the 1 piece. So all I'm going to do now, you can see nothing lines up, and I think that makes it interesting for your journal. So where I have the fold line, and that is the reason why I didn't fold it right up to the fold, because otherwise it'll catch on when we staple the pages. So I'm just going to place that along the fold, and I'm going to go this way and line up my stapler with the fold line, and hopefully that all lines up nicely. And now I'm going to go to the other side, to the bottom. Okay. Try get it even. And we close that up. And if you have a lot of pages, add a paper clip to both sides just to hold your pages in place so they don't move around as you bind it together. So this is now my journal. Just a little mini notebook, journal, whatever you like to call it. So let's bring all this back now. So this is my envelope, which we've just made, and this is your journal, and that will go in the back. Just like that, and that's all done there. Now I've got this extra piece that we had cut out, those little 4 pieces. This is what I used to make the closure in the front. If you don't want to add that in place and you're happy with it this way, you don't have to continue with the next step and do this. But I think it makes it more interesting, and it also holds everything in place to have this there. And what I've done here is I'm going to remove that piece out and keep these 2 pieces. So let's just cut that out. And then you'll see here, there is that fold line. I'm just going to fold that over. And that part will get glued to the back there. And then this part here is the front. And then you can add your Velcro. And I'm going to corner around this piece as well, just to match it all up. Add some glue here. Just enough at the edge there. I'm just going to do that much. And just sort of somewhere in the middle, and I've allowed a little bit of space coming out just in case your notebook is quite bulky, you have a lot of stuff, you've got room to be able to close it up. So that's that, glued in place. And then you just add your Velcro dot here, or a magnet if you wanted to. You could punch a hole here if you like, and just add some string and make that just go right around to make the closure. Let me just grab a Velcro dot. So I've got these little pieces. I just grab them out and get the. So I'm just going to back them up. I'll just place one side to the back there, and then just bring it over. Press that down, so that way that lines up. And that's that. So that part's all done, and now you've got your little your notebook, journal, stationery, gift set, and that's all complete with that. I'm just going to now just finish off and make an altered paper clip like this one, just to not waste the little extra pieces that I have. So let's just quickly make one of those and grab a paper clip. So I've got this piece, and I'm just going to use 2 pieces. I'll just use those 2. Then you've got this extra piece, and you can again throw that out if you like. So there's not a lot of wastage here. You can probably make a few of these little paper clips. So that's one. I'll just do one more. So I might just do that. So let's add a bit of glue. So I've just sort of made one a little bit higher than the other one. And I'm just going to slide this through inside the paper clip like that, and then just fold this back, depending how high you want your little fishtail banner shape. So that's good. And then I'm just going to glue the back. And it's great too when it's double-sided paper, you get to see both patterns on both sides. Just press that down, and I've got myself a cute little altered paper clip that coordinates with the floating pocket. So I've got glue in there still. I'll just get that in there. There we go. And that's all done, all ready for you to fill up, decorate, and enjoy. So I hope you had fun watching this tutorial to make one of these with a 12x12 paper. I hope you give this a go, and I hope you also enjoy making one of these as much as I have. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.